Land Rover went to Longcross to demonstrate their speed, power and control, so it seemed only fitting that they joined up with the England Rugby team to help them get away from the pressures of the Six Nations and put the cars through their paces. The day consisted of two types of test: the off-road track, which loops through woods and takes you to either the Tank Hill or Test Lorry, and the on-road track, three different activities that include an ice mat, dynamic driving through obstacles and a high-speed outer track.
Today I've been doing a few things, just checking out the Range Rover Supercharged Sport, which has been a lot of fun. We did a bit of skill-based driving, which I found slightly difficult. I've got a simulator here which simulates driving on ice, and so just getting around cones, braking really hard and overtaking at high speeds, which is all illegal on normal roads, but really good fun here. And as well as that, just been off-roading, declining, going up some real high hills and just doing a bit of stuff in mud. But it's been a really good day actually, opened my eyes. I've got a different view to what my instructor's going to tell you. I'm going to say I was great and it was easy, and he'll probably tell I was terrible, knocked over loads of cones, but it was really challenging. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, we've had a bit of snow the last few months, so probably quite appropriate.
England scrum half Danny Kerr is a Range Rover owner, and he was enjoying the chance to get the wheels muddy.
It's awesome, yeah. It's a lot of fun, especially going the off-road and splashing a few cameramen is always nice. So they're awesome cars. You just feel, even though you could be going over a massive bump, you do feel really safe in them. So.
James Haskell also drives a Range Rover. These days he plays his club rugby in France, and he says that he hasn't switched allegiance.
I do drive around in France, yeah. I had to sign a whole load of papers to drive on the other side of the road. I actually find it easier having a right-hand drive, driving on the right-hand side, where people, I don't know why people seem to complain about it. It seems easier to me. I have to drive it because of, if I drive any other car, I get a real problem with my lower back, and the seating position in them is great. And yeah, it's just such a comfortable thing. Doing mileage back and forward to training, going to do things like extra training with your sprint coach here and there, or sponsorship or whatever it might be, or training camps. Yeah, there's long journeys in that car. It goes down like a dream.
There was a lot of banter flying about, but the man they daren't criticise is manager Martin Johnson. He says the cars are right up his street.
Yeah, great. Nice, for me, obviously being a bit bigger, a really comfortable ride. You've got that feeling of safety as well when you're in the car. Get you there as quick as you need to get there. Yeah, I've never really driven a lot of 4x4 bigger cars before I got it, but yeah, I've enjoyed it because I do a lot of getting to and from London for me for work, so it's just a comfortable ride.
Skipper Steve Borthwick is another big man, and he was particularly surprised with the car's braking prowess, something which also caught out the cameraman.
Been shown how the Range Rovers are, what their capabilities are, so I've been out going on a cross-country route up and through the woods, over mud, up and down some hills and some cobbles, just seeing how the car handles. And just now we've been looking at how quickly it stops, emergency stop situation, and driving on ice, which I really wasn't very good at. I think that it's safe to say there's competitiveness, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who reckons he's the best. But James Haskell's been talking here up, and a few of the boys have. That's the nature of us as rugby players.
So who was the best driver on the day? Well, the general consensus was that Danny Kerr was the stig of the bunch, but if the rest of the squad knew about his driving past, they may have thought differently.
The first time I took my driving test was a while back now, but it ended up basically with the instructor grabbing the wheel and slamming on the brakes. So I assumed from that I'd failed early doors. That was only about 10 minutes into it. The second time I took my test and failed was literally just outside of my house. There was a pedestrian crossing and there was someone just about to get off the crossing which I hadn't spotted, and the instructor once again slammed the brakes on and gave me a bit of a telling off this time. So the third time I managed to pass, which was very good, and passed with 3 minors. So I was quite happy and very relieved.